Australia is a country roughly the size of the US mainland. Its size and geographic isolation means it is developed as one of the most biologically diverse countries. The Australian bush is home to more than 1 million species of plants and animals. Most of these are found nowhere else.
Biodiversity is all around us. It's the trees, it's the birds, it's the insects, it's every living thing. Without this biodiversity, this planet would not be inhabitable for humans or for any other living organisms. But it's important to remember that natural areas provide the essential elements that we require to live on this planet.
Over the past 200 years of settlement, 75% of the native vegetation has been degraded or destroyed, predominantly through our introduction of feral species, overgrazing and intensive land clearing.
What's happened here over largely recent times has been a lot of clearing for the agriculture that now is a large part of the mainstay of the local economy, but in the process of that quite rapid land development, a lot of this extraordinary habitat has disappeared.
In our haste to progress, we need to be mindful of our natural inheritance. Australian government figures show that 100 unique species of plants and animals have already been lost, like the paradise parrot, the Tasmanian tiger, and the pig-footed bandicoot. There's a further 1,700 species under threat. Right now, we're very much in danger of losing the swift parrot, the Tasmanian devil, and the northern quoll. Why should our children and grandchildren inherit less than we did? Right around Australia, Bush Heritage is working hard to protect Australia's unique natural heritage. So far, Bush Heritage has helped to conserve 236 threatened plant and animal species, such as the southern hairy-nosed wombat, the malleefowl, and the Mareeba rock wallaby. Over the past 20 or so years, we've carefully identified and purchased 36 private properties with high conservation values. These anchor properties help fill the gaps in underrepresented areas of biological significance.
Up until 6 years ago, and for the previous 140 years, Bulkamata Reserve was Bulkamata Station, which ran sheep. It's been encouraging to see what's been recolonising or recovering here in the last few years. Yeah, long tail, stripe-faced dunnart. Come on, show your teeth.
To extend our influence, we develop partnerships with other landholders, like government and farmers.
The main habitats and species we're after to protect are the lowland native grasslands. There are a lot of threatened species, so things like the Tasmanian devil, the spot-tailed quoll, wedge-tailed eagles, they're all very important species, some of which are now extinct or going extinct on the mainland. So we provide funding to landowners to manage the land in certain ways to produce good conservation outcomes, so it's a win-win situation.
Australia's size and sparse population away from its coastlines means there still remain a number of richly biodiverse eco-communities. Interior landholdings can cover huge areas, so there are significant opportunities to protect the remaining vulnerable ecosystems and even rehabilitate large areas through feral management and revegetation.
Basically every year we do a survey and treatment along the creek line, Sunday Creek down to the Herbert River, and when we find cyan we manually remove it. If we find a bigger patch we might GPS it and return for herbicide treatment.
Our challenges are huge, and so we pursue innovative partnerships with Aboriginal communities that greatly extend our sphere of influence. In doing so, we tap into Aboriginal people's knowledge of country.
Our ranger work gets us out on country. Our fire management is so we can keep control of our fire. We got our early fire, mid fire and late fire. We call it right fire and wrong fire. Yeah, looking after our country is we maintain lots of our culture. Try to be as proper traditional owners, staying out in bush and looking after country.
As a private conservation organisation, Bush Heritage relies on the generosity and commitment of individuals, families, companies and trusts that recognise the value in our work and want to join us.
I supported Bush Heritage Australia for a long time in a small way, but as the years went on I became more and more confident that Bush Heritage Australia were doing the sort of conservation work that I was very supportive of, and I thought it would be nice to make a major contribution to help Bush Heritage acquire a significant property. And I was really quite blown away. It was just absolutely magnificent country.
So please, support Bush Heritage today to protect these beautiful landscapes and the rich and unique wildlife that lives within them, so we can all help pass on what has been left to us.